All right, we are jumping straight into something truly fascinating for this explainer today. We're going to explore how teacher Lin Mingsheng actually bridges ancient Buddhist mysticism with incredibly modern technological concepts. If you've ever find yourself wondering how thousand-year-old teachings can apply to our hyper-connected, fast-paced world, you are in the exact right place. We're going to unpack Lin Mingsheng's lecture notes and see how he frames some deeply profound spiritual practices in a way that is just utterly mind-bending. So, let's get into it. One utterance of the Buddha's name shakes the three realms. Wow, right? Teacher Lin Mingsheng really does not hold back here. We're not talking about a quiet, meditative whisper. He is describing a literal cosmic event. According to his teachings, the simple act of reciting a specific phrase carries this immense weight that echoes across all layers of existence. It's a super bold, powerful statement, and it really sets the foundation for the profound mechanics we are about to explore. To make sure we grasp the full scope of this, here's our quick roadmap for today. 1. Amitabha's ultimate primal vow. 2. Realizing the unborn body. 3. The sudden one vehicle. 4. Resonating with the Buddha. And finally, 5. A real-life miracle. Let's jump right into section 1, Amitabha's ultimate primal vow. In the notes, this is framed as the essential gateway. Here, Lin Mingsheng highlights a completely staggering number, 80 billion. He teaches that just one single sincere recitation of the Buddha's name sweeps away the karmic offenses of 80 billion eons of birth and death. Just think about the math on that for a second. In the context of this teaching, it literally doesn't matter how much heavy negative karma a person has accumulated over countless lifetimes. A single utterance is so potent it acts like a universal reset button, wiping away billions of years of spiritual baggage. But there is a specific condition. Well, actually scratch that. It's more like a specific state of mind. Which brings us to this crucial term, sincerely believe and rejoice, or in Chinese, 只信心来. Lin Mingsheng makes it super clear that this is not about some rigid, stressful religious obligation. It's all about genuine happiness. If you truly believe that just 10 recitations can secure your rebirth in the land of ultimate bliss, you should naturally feel your mind open up, right? You should feel liberated and joyful. That feeling of immense relief is the exact emotional state of a true practitioner. And this right here perfectly illustrates Lin's unique, modern approach. He calls the 6-character phrase, Namo Amitabha Buddha, the ultimate linguistic program of the nervous system. It's such a brilliant metaphor. He isn't just treating this as a prayer, he's framing it as a life-saving line of code. When you run this code in your mind, it essentially hacks and rewrites your nervous system, clearing away worldly afflictions and instantly connecting you to a state of perfect peace. Moving on to section 2, realizing the unborn body. This is where Lin Mingsheng shifts from the mechanics of the practice into some really deep metaphysical reality. Drawing heavily from the Lankavatara Sutra, Lin introduces this concept of the unborn body. Basically, he explains that attaining the state means you fully comprehend that the three realms, which is essentially all of existence, are simply manifestations of your own mind. When that clicks, you attain an indestructible true body. You step out of the illusion, and you constantly abide in the true mind of reality, completely unshaken by the chaotic world around you. So the crucial takeaway is summarized perfectly right here. Your own mind is Buddha. Lin Mingsheng wants us to understand that the people, the traffic, the mountains, the good times, the bad times, they are literally all just images, kind of like a moon reflected in water. Favorable and adverse conditions are just illusions. So when you recite the Buddha's name, you aren't calling out to some distant deity up on the sky. You are using your own Buddha mind to perfectly resonate with Amitabha's true body right here, right now. All right, section 3, the sudden one vehicle. Here, Lin explains exactly how this method fits into the much broader context of Buddhist teachings. It naturally begs the question, taken directly from Lin's notes, why is reciting the Buddha's name so supremely wonderful? I mean, if everything is just a manifestation of our mind anyway, why do we even need this specific 6-character phrase? Lean in for this, because understanding this mechanic pretty much changes everything about how this practice is viewed. Traditional paths in Buddhism, like the small, middle, and great vehicles, involve these incredibly rigorous processes. Deeply analyzing suffering, tracking the dependent origination of reality, or taking these massive vows to save all beings. That takes immense effort. But Lin Mingsheng champions the Pure Land method as the sudden one-vehicle ocean. It totally bypasses the agonizing step-by-step analysis. By simply reciting the name with joy, you achieve a complete letting go of all deluded thoughts. The recitation itself effortlessly embodies infinite wisdom, directly pointing to the fact that your own mind is already the Buddha. Which leads us to section 4, resonating with the Buddha. We know the code, and we know our mind is the hardware. So let's talk about the network.
Okay, this is probably the most captivating concept in the notes today. Linming Sang describes this spiritual resonance as the Amitabha Quantum Buddha Land Internet. He argues that Amitabha Buddha spent measurabless eons meticulously designing this network. And when you recite the name, you log on to this quantum internet. The result is that boundless blessings, merits, and wisdom are automatically downloaded and infused straight into your body and mind. You literally become a node in a cosmic network of pure light.
Being connected to this quantum internet means you realize the inherent 3 treasures. Buddha is awakening, Dharma is correctness, and Sangha is the perfect fusion of the 2. Lin stresses that taking refuge in these treasures isn't some external act of worshiping something outside yourself. It's a deep internal realization of your own boundless inherent nature. Your physical body might remain in this dusty everyday world, but your mind is securely logged into Amitabha's land of constant silent light. Finally, section 5, a real-life miracle. How does all this high-level theology and quantum metaphor actually play out in everyday life? Well, let's look at the real-life testimony of laywoman Fo Li. Look at the trajectory of Fo Li's life here. Starting way back at age 9, she suffered from severe asthma that completely ruined her quality of life. By 2007, totally crushed by medical debt and physical pain, she attempted suicide multiple times. She was in absolute despair. But then, in 2010, she was gifted a simple Buddha recitation machine. She started listening, crying for hours, and then began reciting daily. Miraculously, her physical illnesses actually began to vanish, and she regained her strength. But the most incredible part of her whole story happened in 2015 during an incident on the East Mountain. In the fall of 2015, Fu Li and her husband were driving a 4-wheeled tractor down a really steep hill. Suddenly, out of nowhere, she felt a pair of very large physical hands press firmly against her lower back, and she heard a voice urgently repeating in her ear, "The vehicle is going to break." Jolted completely awake, she screamed at her husband to stop the tractor immediately. Her husband, who was annoyed and frankly thought she was crazy, slammed on the brakes anyway just to appease her. When they got out to check the tractor, her husband let out a massive cry of shock. The wheel on Fo Li's side was completely loose and on the absolute verge of falling off, which for sure would have flipped the tractor on that steep slope and likely killed them both. He walked back up the dirt road to see what happened, and he found exactly 6 fallen bolts sitting right there in the dirt. He brought them back, screwed the wheel back on, and literally dropped to the ground in gratitude. For Fo Li, this was absolute, undeniable proof that the quantum internet of Amitabha's protection was real, active, and constantly watching over her. Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. Linming Shang's lecture notes take these ancient vows and make them startlingly relevant for us today. If a simple 6-character phrase really can act as a linguistic program to rewrite our nervous system and log us into a quantum internet of pure compassion and protection, how might your mind be shaping your reality right now? Are you running code that causes suffering, or are you tuning into a frequency of joy and peace? It's a pretty powerful question to carry with you. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive, and I really hope this sparks some incredible curiosity in your own life.